Tips to consider when hiring a web designer. WooCommerce. Web designers focus on front-end design, while web design often includes some back-end work elements, such as SEO and performance optimization. It generally focuses on things that can actually be seen. However, these are not only skills that a web designer must handle. When hiring one, you must take into account the following aspects for the working relationship. 1. Perseverance. The difference between winning and losing is, most of the time, not giving up. Max Levchin, co-founder of PayPal. The person you hire to design your website should be able to execute the design from start to finish. Likewise, he must be able to set realistic goals and be able to negotiate with you. Make the adjustments you indicate and carry out the project. 2. Time management. There is nothing so useless than going what should not be done. Peter Drucker. Many web designers tend to work with multiple clients at the same time. It is important for you to evaluate the availability of the web designer and that both agree on delivery times, reviews, and meetings around the project. If you hire a designer who cannot meet all deadlines you need, nor able to propose others, you will have to invest a lot more money later to end your project. 3. Empathic communication. How quickly do we try to prescribe solutions without first diagnosing the problem? This problem is widespread in our current societies. Everyone shoots their solutions from the rooftops without first trying to really understand the problems that really need to be solved. Empathy is powerful. It makes you a better listener. It gives you a good dose of perspective and promotes a clearer view of the world. Will your web designer diagnose a problem, or is he going to directly jump to a conclusion? 4. Emotional intelligence. Emotional intelligence is defined as the ability to be aware, control and express one's own emotions, and to manage interpersonal relationships with criteria and empathy. Empathy plays an important role in healthy emotional intelligence, but there's more to it. The true definition of emotional intelligence can be debated, but it is widely accepted that these are the 5 basic principles that make up healthy emotional intelligence. Self-awareness, self-regulation, motivation, empathy, and social skills. The more your designers manage each of these areas, the higher their emotional intelligence will be. 5. Patience. It's not that I'm that smart, it's that I stay with problems longer. Albert Einstein. Between designing websites, building a business, and dealing with customers, there are many things that can go wrong. Overreacting to the third Photoshop bug of the day or using a passive-aggressive tone is a bad signal. If you are going to hire a web designer, they should have the patience to listen to you, try to understand your problem, and work with you to resolve it. 6. User experience design. User experience design is the #1 technical skill every web designer needs to know. A designer must understand how visitors interact with websites to make their user experience optimal. Be sure that your senior can do this. Ask for past works and evaluate their performance based in this before hire anyone. 7. Performance optimization. The web is moving towards a world in which performance is essential. Google rankings will be dramatically affected based on the UX and performance of your web page. The designer you hire must understand how this game works so that its contribution is not only aesthetic or visual, but also functional. Remember that Google and your visitors love to search for things like upload speeds, zero pop-ups of any kind, very few and almost not seen ads, many unique visual elements, videos, easily viewable from any device, mobile design. Your web page must be optimized so that it appears in the lists of the first results of any web engine. And for this, the following point is important. 9. Search engine optimization. Websites with no traffic are lonely places. With Google's algorithms constantly evolving, SEO is a never-ending game, one that gets more challenging every year. Your web designer has to be constantly aware. A web designer must not only understand the basics of SEO, but also be able to implement them on the sites they design for you, so that your clients can easily find your business. 10. Graphic design. A web designer does not need to be a graphic designer. However, they must know the tools and fundamentals of graphic design to achieve a coherent and functional design of your web page. The more of these skills a web designer has, the more apt they are. It will be for to make an effective web page and generate sales. Remember that functional, personal, and people skills must always go hand in hand with skill and technical dexterity, especially communication and emotional intelligence. 11. Research. Designing a website requires a lot of research. It is extremely important for a web designer to be able to properly assess the information they collect. Search for various references and identify the key points that need to be addressed. There are many topics that you should investigate, starting with your client's company, competitors' websites, to verify what elements or features are working. 12. Ideate. A web designer must be able to generate ideas and put them on paper. You should be creative and always try to break the mold in each project. For this, it is necessary to have an open mind to be able to think more freely. As you realize, technically skills are just a few group of qualities your web designer must have. Be aware and take the best choice. Let us know in the comments below what have had your experience with web designers, and don't forget to subscribe to receive more solutions on e-commerce and web solutions.